Okay, good afternoon. I'm Dixon.
I'm Aaron Fernandes.
My name is Thomas Davis.
Keiosha Staten.
Courtney Fennell.
We're presenting today about the legalization of marijuana. Why y'all laughing?
It's real talk.
Okay, so my opinion about it, I believe that marijuana should be legal for various reasons.
Alright, so the various reasons why marijuana should be legal is marijuana is not a lethal drug like alcohol and tobacco. It's uncommon that people overdose on marijuana, and it's actually safer than alcohol and tobacco, which I obviously said. And another reason is that marijuana is also expensive for our justice system to try to control, to hold. It costs $7.7 billion to try and stop the legalization of marijuana, which is actually easier to have have the government tax marijuana, which will also help get criminals off the streets since it wouldn't be illegal anymore. And another reason is that marijuana has positive attributes such as medical uses. People with glaucoma, cancer, HIV/AIDS, and other diseases, like painful diseases, use marijuana to relieve their pain and, stress. And marijuana, it is proven that marijuana helps relieve stress on users.
Alright, well, I'm here today to talk about the medicinal use of marijuana. It is legalized in some states, such as California, and some states you can't smoke it out in public. But it's used for medicinal, Aaron said, for like people with glaucoma and certain diseases. They have it in states that, like California, they use it for medicinal use to relieve stress, to do for different diseases and different things like that. But also, some states, they don't have it, it's not legalized for medicinal use or just for the regular person to go out and smoke it or anything like that. They think that it's just a drug, just like any other type of drug. They don't think it's useful for the medicinal use and different things like that.
Okay. So, do you agree that marijuana should be legalized? Yeah or not? Anybody?
Yes. It just should.
It should too. Yes. Everybody smoking. I mean,
Alright, so this is
Marijuana isn't as harmful as alcohol.
yeah.
No, that's actually not true. Marijuana is more toxic. Alcohol is more toxic. How much you said? Oh, you switched it?
I said marijuana is not more.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought I heard something else.
No, I said marijuana.
My bad. I thought I heard opposite.
Oh.
Yeah, alcohol is worse than marijuana. Like people actually die from alcohol, and you can get drunk and have a wreck. And
Be high and have a wreck.
I think it should be legal, but there should be a limit to it. Yeah. Like alcohol, like you have your blood alcohol level, you shouldn't go above. I think like there should be a way to measure your highness off of it. Like you shouldn't be above like going to stupid organization and stuff.
Okay, so I'm not sure if everybody is familiar, but Colorado just legalized marijuana for recreational uses. So if you say ask one person, so if you guys in Colorado, how many people will actually try or smoke weed?
people do it now.
I mean, okay, that's my next question. So if you smoke, raise your hand, please. If you do try,
I can't really say.
or if you have tried, let's say if you have tried it.
Oh, okay.
One of these, I'm asking questions. Okay. So yeah, you're right. A lot of people do it now, and there hasn't been any cases of where marijuana, people overdose on marijuana. I haven't seen it before. I researched, haven't seen it. The only thing I can say is marijuana will put you to sleep. Basically, it's probably the worst thing. Sleep where you can wake up, though. This phrase looks like sleep. No, sleep where you wake up. So I believe.
Oh my God.
It makes you sleep.
It makes you sleep.
Okay. Not only with smoking, marijuana has more uses than that. Like hemp, you can use that as a biofuel source. You can help grow corn with it, anything. Marijuana has more purposes than just smoking it.
It also helps with nausea and for people who don't have an appetite, like some cancer people, it gives them an appetite to eat, so that's another good thing. Yes.
When you mentioned how they legalized it in Colorado and Maryland, I actually was reading an article on that. They said even though it is legal by the state's terms, that it's still a federal offense there.
Oh, it's the same in California as well.
Yeah.
That's why they had to make dispensaries and stuff like that, and that's why you actually have to have a medical card to get it in California. It's actually not hard to get the medical card in California.
That's a prescription.
What about the stores in California? They have weed stores. Do you have to have a medical card to get it from
I mean, it's ways around it. There's like you find stuff here that'll help you with your use of marijuana. Like it's the same thing there. Like you need one. That's what they say, but you really don't need a card to actually get it in some dispensaries.
So our next question is, when it was legalized, do you think it should be purchased like the way tobacco is or alcohol?
Yes.
Or the
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question?
Do you believe that marijuana should be purchased the same way as cigarettes or alcohol is?
You mean like the age limit?
With the age limit or
Like
like
an age limit?
Yes.
Yeah. You think the age limit should be 18 or 21?
18.
Why
21.
because it's 18 to buy tobacco, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for that in California, you have to be 21 and older to purchase marijuana.
It's legal in Washington State too, for recreational use.
What is recreational use?
Just
Just for fun.
Honestly, like,
I haven't heard from Courtney, or, excuse me? Were you guys in the fifth?
no, we're
Oh,
not.
okay, okay. Sorry. So to conclude with all of this, basically most of what was brought by Aaron was basically positive information. And we believe that marijuana should be legalized. And from what he was saying, basically it's going to help you rather than to hurt you. Like we have weed for medical reasons, and it's not like it's illegal, but it's made out of the ground. So I just think that, you know, it should be legal because so is tobacco. Also, since it is legalized in California and it's starting to get legalized more in more states, seems like to me, I feel like it should be legal. So with it helping rather than hurting, I think that it should be legalized in general.
Are there any more questions? Anybody have any questions,
Comments, concerns?
did you find any negative feedback about it?
Of course, there was negative feedback. The only negative, honestly, is that it's memory loss, honestly. I know if you abuse it, like, prime example, from my uncle, he can't remember, like, little things that you tell him. Like, you say something as simple as, okay, well, I need you to do this for me tomorrow. If it's not important, he won't remember. He's 44 now. He's been smoking weed since he was 16. But he also came from a country, my dad ended up from Jamaica, so he came from a country where it was okay. So they're used to you just sit on your step and smoke and nobody say anything to you. And that's the difference between America and Jamaica. Everybody thinks just because Jamaica is legal, it's legal to a certain extent, just like everybody's asking for here. If you step out into the street and smoke, you can be arrested. But if you're on your own property, nobody can say anything to you about it. So negative effects would be like the abuse, and also that marijuana is a gateway drug, which basically means when you try marijuana, for certain people, just because of what they experience with marijuana, they want to try other things. So that's one of the other cons that came with it. Is just it's a gateway drug and memory loss.
Another negative feedback is that marijuana kills your brain cells, but that's not exactly true. It kills, it's scientifically proven that marijuana kills cancer cells in your brain, not your brain cells.
So in that, it has more of a problem. Because it's not killing off your bad cells, your good cells, it's killing off the things that could hurt you.
But in general, there's more positive feedback with marijuana than it is negative. Like, I personally don't think that it's a lot of negative feedback from marijuana. Besides, it's just slowing down your reaction. Does anybody think that there is any negative feedback from marijuana?
The smell, that's it.
What?
Right there.
But you just smell from like alcohol and your breath. You smell.
But it's not the same.
No, I'm talking about that weed, like, anybody, if you around somebody who know how to smoke, know they smoking, you just have to smell, they gonna smell it. And then people like being loud about it. And they're like, oh, we smell like weed. And then you know, y'all in trouble. So the smell is bad.
Well, they do have, like, you know, supposed to.
We do not spray.
That's the same thing with cigarettes.
And then also in California, they have other things. You don't have to smoke in California. They have a lot. I was surprised. Like Reese cups are made with weed, Snickers, candy,
They got
body wash.
So
Yeah, like hair. Like I was shocked. You can get high while washing your hair. That was just something for me. It was like wow. But like yeah, like they have different stuff where you don't have to smoke for people who don't like to smoke. They have different things. You can eat like everybody knows about weed rounders and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like they have a lot of alternates where you can use it without smoking. So if you don't like the smell, you can always get some rounders or
So I
something.
said,
Yeah.
Quick question. I noticed that, well not noticed, but a lot of students talking about there's a problem with spice. Is there a problem with that on campus? And also, I want to hear from each of you very quickly, very briefly. Do you feel, because I don't think I heard from everybody in terms of legalizing marijuana, how do you feel about the use? Do you agree or disagree? Is it a drug? Is it not a drug? In your own opinion?
When you say spice, what do you mean?
what is
It's a drug.
I ain't
It's
gonna
like weed, it's not weed.
So like
Is it lace weed?
It's not.
spice. Are you talking like the artificial stuff? I'm thinking, but I'm thinking okay. Yeah, so as well, me and my SGA we talk about marijuana use on campus a lot. They're actually we haven't encountered any spice incidents here that I know of. Yeah, so personally, for me personally, I believe it should be legal. For one, I'm just gonna say I smoke. I'm not gonna say I've tried it, but I smoke. Two, I feel like one of my best friends, Ronell, he goes to university, UNCG, and when I said Ronell was one of the type of people who make straight A's, 4.0, graduated school with 4.0, but he smokes more than I don't, like it's crazy how much Ronell smokes. And it's like he's not affected by it negatively, which a lot of people think that you'll be affected by it in school and stuff. I know my friend parents, they tripped when they found out he smoked. But Ronell, like, he's like the prime example of a person who can function and smoke. I guess he got accepted into St. John's, and Fort Lauderdale, St. John's, Howard, and everything. So personally, I believe to me it's personal. If you feel like you can handle it and function as well, then I feel like there's nothing wrong. And I don't believe it's a drug because if it can help with any other thing, just like alcohol, you can't use alcohol to cure something. You can't drink a whole bunch of alcohol to cure something and to help stop something. So I believe that marijuana isn't a drug.
same thing as Ken, personally, I smoke too. And I feel that if you're not laced up with marijuana, you should be able to use it. Like, if you ever feel like you're being out of control, that you're about to try something else, that's when you should stop. Like, we also have another friend that goes to UNCG named Dylan. He smokes too. Smart person you know though. Like, it's a crazy how smart he is. Like,
Dylan took his SAT higher than me. His first time in like 1860. I was upset. I was like, oh God. But yeah,
that was his junior year, I think.
Well, like Ken Aaron said, I smoke too. But I think it should be legalized, but it says for recreational use, but recreational use is that you can't smoke out in public. So it should be done inside your home under supervision, like, and I think it should also be a limit. But I don't think marijuana is a drug, it's a plant. You can grow it, anybody can grow it. You can go outside your backyard, you can grow it, front yard grow it, friend's yard grow it, you can do whatever. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to do it like chemical, you don't have to put no chemicals into it, mix it up, do whatever, cook it, you don't have to do all of that. So I think it's a plant, so I think it should be legalized.
Okay, well, I don't smoke weed, never smoked it, but I feel like it should be legalized because you have more harmful things that are legalized, such as alcohol and tobacco. So might as well legalize marijuana, which is something that has more pros to it than cons. And I do not feel like it's a drug. It's a plant. It comes out of the ground. It's not made or processed or whatever.
Okay, I feel like, I don't think it's a drug either, because if it grows out of the ground, anything that grows out of the ground is, I don't think it's a drug. Like, once you start putting other substances in it, like, I mean, I don't know, like crushing up pills and putting it in, I think that's when it becomes a drug, because when it has more than just the original effect that marijuana has itself. It's just like alcohol and tobacco, like alcohol causes liver problems and tobacco causes lung problems. Marijuana just causes brain cell deficiency. I don't think that weed has more cons than it does on alcohol and tobacco. So another thing, the spice thing, I'm guessing that you're saying like, is it like going around campus? I haven't really heard too much about marijuana on this campus. Like I've heard spurts like our alarm got set off because someone smoked, but that was only once since I've been here. So I don't think it's that bad. Like I don't think marijuana is used like that. And if it is, it's not used on campus. I don't feel.
Any comments, questions?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.